Tom?
A bit boring, isn't it?
You want to see me now?
Oh, thank you, Tom. Those domestic violence jobs Cathy Marshall's been collating, what's happening about them?
Putting Martella onto it now.
June have been better.
She's at the old people's home. More petty theft.
So it's £43.50 for an Indian meal with an informant. Unless, of course, Tosh Lyons took his whole family with him. Well, tell it. Are you sure about that, Tom? She'll get angry and bash people's heads together.
Which is one way of dealing with the problem, Mum.
You think it's a waste of time?
When we're undermanned and overstaffed, yes, Mum.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. Not mine, though. So just get on with it, Tom, will you, please?
Mum?
Oh, Carver must have gone to Port via Cornwall to clock up this mileage.
Wanted me?
I did indeed.
Worth your while learning the patch.
Oh, why's that?
You'll be around for long, will you? Promotion. Go up that ladder faster than a monkey with the runs.
I've seen a monkey with the runs, have you?
It's a top priority initiative, Viv. We have to give it our full support.
Yeah, but why me, Sarge? I've tried it before with domestics. I've never got anywhere. What about Claire?
Too young.
What about June? She'd be perfect.
Think of it as a challenge. We're not stretching you
Honestly,
enough.
Sarge, what good does it do? If any of them women wanted to press charges, they'd be
Viv,
down
the
here
governors
doing
think
it.
it's important. So today's duties for you are either domestic violence followed through or beat 20 with George Garfield. Cathy's got the allegations files. She'll talk you through.
And he pulls a crowbar on me and tries to club me with it, right? I ended up banging his head on a car bonnet like a basketball. I dented it, the bonnet. Anyway, the owner, he only comes and charges us for the damage. What you call grateful.
I shouldn't think your basketball was ecstatic either.
He didn't give a toss. It was him or me. Anyway, I was at school with his brother.
There you go. A lot of hatred, violence and misery. That's marriage for you.
So what do I do?
What you can do. Help, advise, encourage, listen. Let them know if, or more likely when it happens again, they can contact you. You know, someone they know and can trust. I'd take the top 3. Could be worth following up.
Shirley Pearson, aged 23, 3 children, 3.5, 2 and 4 months. Husband unemployed. Listen to this. He dragged her across the floor, punching her legs and stomach. Wife reported but was later unwilling to substantiate her allegations. What do I do if this charmer's at home?
Stand your ground. Sight of the uniform could put him off for a week or 2.
Dory Mackenzie, 45, 3 children, 18, 16 and 12. Husband a civil servant. Assault reported by neighbours who heard screaming at 2 a.m. and found wife hysterical in the street. She's still with him. Don't believe it.
Look, 1 in 100 you might be able to help. That's what it's all about.
It's obviously a load of garbage, so I put the boot in pronto.
800 from Sierra Oscar, receiving over.
595 with 800 receiving over.
Could you proceed to the Starbuy supermarket in the Walton Centre? See a Mr. Doshi. We're a team of juvenile pickpockets.
Received. Come on.
I don't care whether they like me or not. My first sergeant made me sweep the yard every day for a week.
Why?
Because he
Because
felt,
like it.
Probably the best sergeant I ever worked under. He used to say, whether you're a probationer or a chief constable, you do what your governor tells you and like it. And you can't say fairer than that.
That's right, Tom.
This is it. What was his name?
Late. They've gone that way.
Mr. Doshi,
Doshi, yes.
can you describe them to us?
3 boys, 2 white, 1 black.
What were they doing?
Oh, they were following women trying to pinch their handbags.
You're sure, Mr. Doshi?
Of course I'm sure. 3 of them.
Did you actually see them take anything?
No, it was obvious what they were doing.
See, we can't do anything unless you've actually seen
I
them.
think Mr. Dolce understands that. We're going to have a look for it.
Okay.
Thank you for your assistance.
Well, that's all right.
We'll contact you at the shop if we need you as a witness.
Right, I'll go then. Goodbye. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Rule number 1, never involve the public in any action. They don't understand and they only get in the way. I'd have thought you'd know that by now.
Mrs. Pearson? Yeah? I'm Viv Martella from Sun Hill. I was in the neighbourhood and just wanted to make sure you're all right.
All right.
Yeah, well, after the trouble with your husband.
Oh. Oh, no, that's all right. We've worked all that out.
Oh, that's
See,
good.
after I called the police, right, he taught him a lesson, do you know what I mean? So, he's promised he won't do it again. Yeah, he's promised.
And you believe him?
Yeah, I do. He was really upset.
He wanted me to forgive him. He cried. There was quite a lot to forgive, really, wasn't there? He won't do it again. He doesn't mean it. It's a drink, do you know what I mean?
Mummy,
He won't do it again. Yeah, all right, love, I'm coming. And what if he does? What? Do it again? All right, so what if he does? And I take him to court, eh? What do you think he'll do to me then? Well, how long will he get? A year, 2 years? Do you know what'll happen then? He'll come out and finish me off. But leave well alone, will you? I can just about cope with things the way they are. What I can't cope with is people like you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have got to present for you today a very, very exciting
Sierra
show.
Oscar 595 receiving.
Go ahead, 595.
We're at the Walton Centre, far side by Eastern Mall. Got our eye on 3 lads. Could be our dippers.
Real live, genuine bed of nails. Madam, would you just like to touch the bed of nails? Ah! Okay, would you like to... My friend Windsor here will lie on the bed of nails. But before we start, I'm going to need a few minutes of your audience.
Just look.
And it's on top of the show. Yes, the show is going. Come here. Strike!
Yeah, if you just give me a minute, I'll sort it out, all right?
All right, I'm not going to hurt you.
Let go, you've broken my arm!
Sierra Oscar from 595 receiving.
Come on.
Go ahead, 595.
Yeah, Mrs. Dolce, in a minute, mate. Yeah, could we have the van round to the Walton Centre, Essex Way entrance? Got 3 juveniles to come in, over. Cheers, mate, I'll have him now. And stop wriggling!
You've got to let me go, it's happening, man!
You took your time. I thought you were a super fit sportsman.
Ah!
You're right.
Ah!
Get after him! One weedy kid.
Sorry.
Call in the TSG for you next time, shall we? Yeah, hold on to this one for a minute if you can. And you stop where you are.
Hey, there's no need for that.
And these 2 are down to me, right?
What is it? Is it one of the children? Has there been an accident?
No.
Is it my husband? What's happened?
There's nothing to worry about, Mrs. Mackenzie. But it does concern your husband. Can I come in, please?
Let's have these 2 gentlemen in, shall we? What have we got here?
Jet massage. Third one got away.
He hit me!
Mrs. Mackenzie, a few weeks ago, your husband assaulted you and the police were called. You chose not to press charges. I'd like to discuss that with you, if I may.
I'm sorry, I don't wish to discuss it.
Mrs. Mackenzie, your husband committed a crime against you. He threw you out in the street in your nightdress. You were bruised and bleeding. All our experience suggests that he's very likely to do it again. I'd like to ask you to think about your own welfare.
And how do I explain that to an 18-year-old preparing for A-levels? And her 16-year-old sister, who only wants to be a nurse, and their 12-year-old brother, whose only worry should be what he's going to take on the next school trip. Oh, sorry, loves. I have to think of my own welfare.
What about theirs?
Why do you think I'm here? When they've gone, when they're safe, really established, then I'll go. Then I'll do it. But not before.
Do they know it happens?
He's a good and caring father. It only happens when they're away. Sometimes I think he just can't bear to be left alone with me anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's not so easy, is it? What would you do if you were in my place?
If he attacks you again, please,
Oh, don't
please.
worry, don't worry. They'll let you know. My neighbours.
Right. The mother's on her way in now. There might be a formal complaint in this. Shut the door, please, Turner.
It's a clip round the ear, Ma'am, nothing more.
So you did hit him?
Not deliberately, Ma'am. His head was closer than I thought. I hit him as he ducked.
That how you saw it, Richard?
Yes, Mum.
You think the blow was justified?
As PC Stamp says, it didn't appear to be intentional.
You can go, Tony. Wait outside. I want to hear your side of it, and don't leave anything out. I know what he did, Richard. I just want to know if there was any excuse for it. Well, was there?
The child was struggling, Mum. The blow could have been accidental.
But was it, in your opinion?
I can't say, Mum.
You don't have to, I can see in your face. You've come to us with a good record, Richard. You're clearly promotion material, just what we're looking for. I do hope you won't disappoint us.
Mrs. Harper?
Yeah?
I'm WPC Martella from Sunhill Police Station. I'm following up the allegation
There's no one, not in the house. Please, just go.
Hey, excuse me. Did you just knock on my door?
Yes, I did.
Were you a kissogram or what?
No, I'm a police officer.
Yeah. Bit dishy for a plod, aren't you? Well, come in.
I can't, I'm busy.
But you just knocked on the door.
It was a mistake.
No, it wasn't. You came to see my wife, didn't you? I heard you asking for her. Well, come in. It's ages since we've had company. It would be such a treat.
I don't think I should.
Oh, but you must. Please. I'll cause trouble if you don't.
All right. But I can't stay long.
I'm Brian Harper. How do you do? Welcome to our bijou flatlet. A trifle disordered at present, but there we are.
It's very nice.
You don't mean that, I can tell. It's a tip, isn't it? Some tea, I think, my flower. Well, you would like some tea, I assume? It's just past 4 after all, and we're as regular as the proverbial clockwork in this household.
Yeah.
Do sit down. You can move that heap. It's my thesis. I'm a bit of a thinker. It's my calling in life. I rely on my brain, you see. Bit of a rare species around here. I don't suppose you meet many people like me, Constable.
Oh, I meet them all the time, Mr. Harper.
Do call me Brian, please. And what is your name, WPC 227?
Martella.
What do your friends call you, Marty?
Viv.
Viv. How lovely. T.S. Eliot's rather neurotic first wife was called Viv. But do you know who T.S. Eliot was?
Yeah, he wrote Cats.
Almost right. So sit down. She's just a bit clumsy, that's all. She'll do it.
Didn't back me up, did you?
Look, I covered you as best as I could, but don't you ever give me a hard time again.
Hard time? Look, mate, I've rumbled you. I know why you let the other one go.
Oh, yes?
He was black for a start, and you thought underprivileged, broken home.
That's rubbish.
When you thought you'd hurt him, that was it. You get a complaint, and then your record wouldn't be so squeaky clean anymore. I've seen it all before. PC to inspector without getting your hands dirty.
Look, let's just get one thing straight, shall we? I never said anything to drop you in as, and I could have done.
Can I see you in my office, Tony, please?
Butterfingers.
I saw it.
So, why have you come to see my wife?
I just came to check that you were both all right.
All right.
I was thinking of the recent arguments you'd had.
Arguments? We did have a rather heated discussion about the nature of perception. Was that it?
I mean the occasion when Mrs. Harper came to the police station and we subsequently took her to the hospital.
Oh, that.
She was quite badly injured. We decided not to press charges.
But things are fine now. Aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Things are fine now. Really? It was a mistake to tell anyone.
We do have discussions, arguments if you want to call them that. And maybe I get a bit boisterous sometimes. But she's still my wife, and she's still here, isn't she? Look, you don't have to worry about us. We're as lovey-dovey as any couple in our situation could possibly be. And if we argue, and occasionally fists fly, that's our business.
Not if someone reports a criminal offence.
No, well, that won't happen again. I promise. We were just mucking about, really. Kidding. Oh, are you married, Constable?
No.
Well, there you are, then. You wouldn't understand, would you?
I think I'd better go. Thanks for the tea.
I'll show you out.
Bye, Viv. Nice to meet you. Do call again.
I just might. If you want anything,
No.
you just phone me.
I don't, all right?
I'll come back when he's not around.
Don't you never come back, all right? Just leave us alone.
You're a professional, Tony. You're a good, experienced street copper. You know how much value we put on officers like you, don't you?
Yes, Mum.
Integrity, common sense, and sound judgment. That's what the Commissioner's looking for, Tony. That's what I'm looking for. Yes? Thank you, I'll be there in a moment. Mrs. Gilligan's here. Go and wait outside the interview room with Turnham, would you?
Tony's been niggling away ever since Turnham arrived. Now, you knew this would happen if you paired them together. Now, Tony would start playing the old campaigner while he's got the chance. Won't be able to lord it for long. Young Richard will be away up the ranks in no time.
Blaming me and excusing Stab, is that it?
No! Tony's still in trouble.
I said I want to see the inspector.
I think you mean me. I'm Inspector Fraser. You must be Mrs. Gilligan.
Well, yeah. Where are they?
Well, if you'd like to come through, I'll show you. Gary and Wayne, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, you see Stamp and Turnham. They're in here.
Oh, there you are. What are you doing up to? Are you all right? Are you all right? Now be quiet. Now be quiet. Now shut up.
You're entitled to make an official complaint.
Complaint? What about?
It ain't me!
There's nothing to argue. Just shut up.
You're still entitled to complain?
No, thank you, Inspector. They can have more to complain about from me and their dad.
Well, if you're sure. You'll sign a disclaimer, will you?
Well, that's it. No more of that, thank you. I've told Tom Penny next time he can find someone else.
What happened?
Nothing, that's what happened. What could I do? What can anyone do? If they don't want to be helped, then there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, get that down here.
Thanks. Look, sorry, Kath. I didn't mean to take it out on you. Why do they put up with it, eh? I mean, what silly cow would put up with someone like Harper? I'd kill him if he did that to me.
Would you? I wonder. My husband used to knock me about.
What?
Yeah. My big, brave CID hero. If someone had got off or put one over on him, he'd come home after a drink with the lads, and it always started with something small, like his supper was overcooked or couldn't find the paper or anything. And he'd just lash out. And when he'd hurt me enough, I let it all go, just at the end of a storm. And he'd cry, say he was sorry. And he meant it too. And I'd take him on my arms and tell him it didn't matter. Because I understood it, you see, that was the problem. And maybe I blame myself a bit too. Stupid, eh?
You never brought charges?
And no one ever really knew. So, there you are, you see. I was one of the stupid cows, wasn't I?
No. At least you divorced him, Kath.
Yeah, some do.
Let's face it, all they're going to get is a caution from the Y&C. I reckon they're in quite enough trouble.
I just don't want Stamp to think he's got away with it.
Oh, don't worry, ma'am. I saw Stamp out.
Am I right in thinking Ted Roach was on leave the week before last?
That's right.
Then how come he's claimed 60 quid miscellaneous? I don't know, this lot makes dipping the till a hobby.
Nice to get again.
Borstal fodder.
You're right.
Have a word with you, Stamp. In my office.
Right, Sarge.
They gone?
Yes.
Bit of a handful, eh? Have you got a second? Look, don't worry about all this. Tony doesn't mean it. He's a good, solid copper.
I know. Look, I'm sorry about losing that other kid. It was stupid of me.
Ah, don't worry about it. Better to losing than to bruising. It's nowadays, anyway.
Yeah. Okay, Viv?
Roll on closing time.
Viv?
Yeah?
There's a woman in the front interview room asking for you, a Mrs. Harper. She's in a bit of a state.
Thanks.
Is that true? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Is that true?
He's done it again.
And why were you doing that? Well, you're that
Yeah, I guess why. He thought I'd asked you to come round, but I didn't, did I? You just barged straight in and interfered.
I was trying to help you.
Yeah, I know. And then you looked at me. Not like a policewoman, but just like another woman. And I thought, yeah, she despises me. Just like I despise myself. And I thought, that's it. That's enough. If he does it one more time, I needed him to hit me just one more time to give me courage.
Courage?
To come down here and find you. I want you to charge him. I want him to go to prison. We can make him go to prison, can't we?
Yeah. First thing, we got to find you somewhere to stay.
What do you say? Moonlighting for Oxfam, Tosh?
It's private, okay.
Whatever turns you on. Hey!
What?
Not 66.
So?
You do know who lives there, don't you?
I'm a big boy, son.
No, you're a little fat one, Tosh.
Now watch it. Why wasn't I told about Geronimo's?
Well, it'll spoil your day off.
Who runs this office?
You do? When you're here?
Yeah, well, I object to some fresh-faced collator telling me to go down to the briefing room and watch a video.
The Chief Inspector authorised it. See him.
Anyway, where's Rotunda and the graduate?
Seeing the proprietor. He's had a wobbler.
Has he? There's going to be some wobblers round here. I want some results, Ted.
Look, it's nice of you to call, but honestly, I'm fine.
I don't want to interfere, love.
I've said I'm fine.
Yeah, well, all the same, eh? Look, this is my home telephone number.
Don't worry, Nanny. Accidents will happen, and after all, it's only the second best.
There you are. Keep it hidden.
Your wife never said you were a copper.
You blood, mister.
Shut up, Dan.
My dad hates coppers.
I said, shut up.
Ow!
Go on.
I hate you.
Hey, come on, kid, don't hit your mum.
Get off
Hey,
me.
hang on a minute, wait. Oi!
You little swine! Right, upstairs. Go and look after your wee sister.
It's okay, love.
Go on, or you'll get the rest. Darren!
I'm gonna kill you.
Darren! I'm sorry.
It's okay, love, I'm used to kids.
You've never met Davy, have you?
Look, I'm not snooping, love. Muriel just asked me to pop these over.
No, I couldn't.
Go on. They'll only go for jumble. Say where you got him from.
What's he doing here?
Mr. Box.
Out, slag. I said out.
Steady on, mate.
Right. Warrant.
Look, mate, social services. I brought these round.
Stuff 'em. Now out, pig.
Right, I'll go, Mr. Box. But you and me are on a collision course.
Filth, son. Slime-sucking filth.
Filth.
Charming.
Filthy pigs.
You all right?
Yep. Scumbags.
Filth.
I did try to warn you.
He's mine. And I've just given him the black spot. Come on.
All right, can I have your attention, please? Now, Geronimo's has been done 3 times. 3. And the press reports clearly hold us responsible. Eric?
Certainly, sir. Lights, please. Right, quiet down, quiet down.
Here we go.
Oh, charming. Go away, no one's in.
Shut up, Hollis.
All right, let's keep it quiet. This gives us some perspective on the speed and the gall of these people.
Fantastic. We know who he is.
Eddie Edwards. I bet he was kind to his mother.
Inspector?
I've seen enough, boss.
It's still down to your department.
Thought it might be, sir.
2 men on overtime could have sorted that lot out.
It was an absolute fiasco.
It's a reprieve. Davy Box in this system.
Should be under B.
Hey, love, you're the collator. Come on.
Okay, I won't lose your cool.
Hey, this is way out of order, this is. What is it?
Best of British.
No photograph?
CID forgot to return it.
So why are you watching an action replay of an own goal?
Chief Super wants it analysed. Descriptions. It's evidence, he says.
Yeah, well, he would, yeah. Hey, hang on a sec. Wind it back a bit. Go on, a bit more. Actually, hang on. Stop. A bit more. There. That mouth.
Do you know him?
He's got a mouth like broken chocolate.
Eh?
His teeth are missing.
Fantastic. What am I supposed to do with that information?
Well, nobody's going to walk around looking like that. Stick it in the computer and go on a denture adventure. Cheers.
Hey, Tosh, turn on away. An assault's just come in. I've sent Bryn down to the hospital.
Much?
Thelma Box.
Old Bill, 2:30.
Mr. Burnside, I've been meaning to give you a bell, but I've been a bit busy.
Have you? Oh, dear.
Look, I'm a bit rushed, see?
Tell me something, Alfie. Do you eat after 8s or drink Gold Blend? Only I've been planning this intimate dinner party. I was hoping you could provide some small talk.
I've given it my best shots, but she won't budge.
Big man, isn't he?
It's hopeless. Do you know what? She says she loves him.
Yeah, well, some women are attracted to danger.
He's a pig.
Yeah, well, this is personal now, Claire. Because of me, she got a welly in.
You can't blame yourself, Tosh.
It's like I said. It's personal. Hello, love. I'm sorry. We're going to have to be a lot more honest with each other now.
What's honesty?
That's not the point, is it? This is not on.
I've had worse.
Yeah, I know. How are the kids, all right? You sure?
They're at my sister's. No, it's all right for you.
Listen, you're going to have to make a stand sometime, you know that.
How can I?
We could have a chat. No strings.
You know I can't.
You mean you won't?
He'd kill me.
Well, what better reason for pointing me in the right direction? Come on, half a chance. It's not the moon, is it?
Get a nice smile.
He's Stephen, isn't he? Well, who's he grafting with? Come on, a little nugget. You can, you know, if you want to. Let me do the running.
There is somebody. But it's no good. He's more terrified than me.
Aye, aye. Stranger in the camp. Oh, hello, Sergeant. Sorry I haven't been in touch, but what with private vendettas and that...
I'm concentrating, all right. Well, rumour has it Big Davey caught you with his missus today.
Yeah, that's some act to follow.
Listen, he's black-spotted. And I'm going to slot him.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, me.
Well, we've tried.
And failed.
Now listen, Tosh. Huh? The only way that you're going to nail him is with firm evidence. You got any?
I'll get some.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Where?
I don't know, but I'll get some. Because this so-called intelligence is a load of cobblers. Everybody seems to make him out as being invincible.
Well, maybe he is, because that's all we've got.
Or likely to get, because the only person who can put him in is his own missus.
Can you see her doing that?
Listen, one of these days he's going to top her. The problem is, she shares the same trough. And the kids. They're disposable, are they? They're sewer rats.
Oi! Now, you're out of order.
Sorry.
All right. What have we got? You made any headway with the proprietor?
Look, I know it's hard graft, but I'll get some evidence. I mean, I know Box burnt out that Sierra, the one they used in the first raid.
Oh, you feel it in your water, do you?
Well, that's part of it, yes.
Well, you just make sure it's not a full bladder. Now, you be realistic, Tosh.
Which certainly puts Thelma well out the frame. Yeah? She suggested a chat with his probation officer.
Well, you go ahead, mate.
Big Davey Box, eh?
His name didn't come from me, right?
That's the second time today his name sprung into my cabbage.
No way I want to get tied in with that geezer.
I'm like a rock, Alfie.
Seriously, he's bad news. He's got a load of bottle.
I thought he'd retired.
Are you kidding? His Oppo got nailed a couple of months ago. He got away.
So?
So, the spawny rat only turns up in court when his mate's on offer, doesn't he?
Oh, I see. He reckons if he's not ID'd, he's cushed it.
Exactly.
Nifty. But you're dragging me away like a partridge from its eggs, old son. What's he grafting at?
It's only a nibble.
Give.
OK. I've heard that him and Waterley also look in the Catholic club over.
What, into confessionals, are they?
No. Praying to get into the bandits.
Mr. Cole. Detective Constable Lyons, Sun Hill.
Yeah, I know your face. Look, I've got to be quick.
I understand you supervised Davy Box.
Sorry, I can't discuss individuals.
Look, I believe you saw him in a car the other day.
What is this?
That's a straight question, did you or not?
So maybe I did.
A Blue Sierra?
Possibly, yeah. Look, clients are confidential.
Did you realise he's disqualified from driving and that the car was used in a robbery and then burnt out?
Look, I've got to get on.
You condone it?
What was I supposed to do, shopping?
Yes.
Sorry, no.
You already have, Mr. Cole. He was driving a Blue Sierra.
I only said possibly.
No, you confirmed it.
No way I'll ever give evidence.
If there's ever anything I can do for you.
This conversation must never be repeated.
Sorry. We don't have a confidential relationship.
Please, you mustn't.
You frightened? I'm not going to let Box off the hook. My duty's perfectly clear. Good afternoon, sir.
Davy!
Right. Hold it, Charlie! Turn him over, Stanley! Turn him over, Stanley!
Right, get him here. Bring him up here! Wakey, wakey, Mr. Box!
Nothing.
Nothing? Look again.
He keeps nothing here.
Not even a roach end. Anything?
My dad's gonna kill you, filth. Daddy!
Tosh?
Are you sure?
Who's drilled a hole in the electric meter, then?
Forgot about that.
Fraudulent abstraction. Not big stuff. But it'll do for a start. Any joy?
Right, Tosh.
Did you check this?
No.
Things like this.
Khaki. So?
Black Kappa.
So?
Ford.
Uh-huh.
And what makes the burnt-out car? Yeah, one of my colleagues suggested your kids were sewer rats. And he's right. Because if you're their natural father, they have to be. That's if they are yours. I want to crawl into your head, kidder. Go on. Do it! Do it!
That's enough, Tosh. Come on, he's not worth it. Get on!
I'm on your back for a hump, my friend.
Anything?
No.
I'm going to have to kick him out then.
You what?
Sorry, mate.
I'll give us a chance, Tom.
Oh, you've got nothing, Tosh. It's a good try, though.
What about the stuff we found in his bin?
Well, for a start, the ignition's burnt out.
Have you tried the doors?
They've gone too.
The boot?
Oh, come on, Tosh, forget it.
What's the matter with everybody around here, eh? Bottle's an old-fashioned word, is it?
Listen, bottle is not an issue here. I've spoken to the CPS.
Fat load of good they are.
Exactly. They won't even wear a file for decision.
Yeah? Well, I'll stick the fraud abstraction on him then.
You won't.
I am.
You can't. Thelma's taken it.
She's what? What sort of game do you think you were playing, darling? Listen, Thelma. He's going the distance whether you like it or not.
What the hell's going on here?
Police work, sir.
Mrs. Box is helping us, sir.
Oh. This is Thelma Box, is it?
Do you see what I mean? You're putting everybody's back up.
All right. There's something I better tell you.
We are in management, Frank. Use of resources. Initiatives, information, cross-pollination with uniform branch. Top priority. We're chasing too many shadows.
Oh? Take this morning's incident, for instance.
Well, we got a detection out of it.
Fraudulent abstraction. Come on, Vic. Go on.
Burnside.
Oh, hello, Alfie. Yeah, look, I'm a bit busy at the moment. Sunday. You sure? Good. I'll be in touch. Talking of cross-pollination, sir. All right for a couple of fellas off this relief for obs on Sunday?
Good information?
Copper Bottom, Catholic Club. One-armed bandit's going to be hit. Got a couple of faces.
Well, if it's that good, your men can deal with it, can't they? Morning.
Morning, sir.
Hello, sexy. Don't tell me you're going to invite me to a baby oil initiation.
Not exactly. It's about Tosh. I think he's got a problem.
Sierra Oscar 9 from Sierra Oscar.
Alec, Tosh lines. I need him now.
Sierra Oscar 9.
Can't raise him, Gov. His wife's just been on, most upset.
Oh?
Had a nasty phone call, apparently.
Yeah, well, send Martella around to pat her down. And keep trying, Alec.
Only a phone call.
It's important. Ted, get out and find Tosh lines.
You wanted to see me?
Yeah. Come in, shut the door.
Do I have to drop me slacks?
Sit down, Tosh. I've got some news for you.
There you go, Jim. Serves with a smile. This is the information we got from that video, courtesy of Ms. Marshall.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'll wait for it to come out in paperback.
Yeah, but I can tell you something a lot more interesting.
You what? My wife's had a threatening phone call and you waited till now to tell me?
Sit down.
I'm going home.
I said sit down.
I'll stand if I want to, sir.
Oh, don't come that crack with me. You're a professional D. Martella's round there, so there's no need to get the ump.
I've got a good mind to... Listen, this is my wife and kids we're talking about here.
You ought to be able to set one away against a guy like that from the comfort of your desk.
You haven't listened to a word I'm saying, have you? It's my family.
It's part of the job. Now get your feet back on the ground.
Oh, yeah. You haven't got a wife and kids, have you? So you're talking out your exhaust.
Now you're out of order.
Oh, standing on rank, are we?
Come on, Tosh. Think about it. This guy's second division. He doesn't go taking hostages in banks.
Listen.
No, you listen. And let the red mist clear. You might learn something. Do you think you're the only fella in this station who wants him? Well?
He's been allowed to get away with murder.
Not by me. Now, if you stand still long enough, he might just be teed up on Sunday.
Oh?
Catholic club.
I want to be in on it.
No.
You mean you're denying me my...
Go on. Say it. Revenge? No. If this one comes off, I want it squeaky clean. I don't want you with your big feet wrecking the pitch.
As long as you realise I'm prepared to do hard time for him. What are you lot gawping at?
We're just saying if there's anything we can do to help.
Oh, yeah? Subject of closet station whispers now, am I?
No, it's just I wouldn't want some toe rag threatening to break into my house and rape my wife.
You what?
Hey?
Well done, Hollis.
Wasn't that what the boss was just telling you?
You never told me about this.
Now, look, calm down, Tosh. I was only thinking about you.
Yeah? Well, I can do without the soft soap. Now go!
Wish I had the bottle to do that.
Leave it.
We all saw what happened.
Get out, Hollis. What have you two actually achieved today?
We were just going.
Yeah? Well, you better polish up your rosary beads while you're at it.
Eh?
Observation, Catholic club.
When?
Sunday. And no overtime.
Anything with you, Jim?
A birdie just dropped on my shoulder.
Oh, that's lucky anyway.
What the hell is that?
Ted, they're breaking out.
Police! I don't want any trouble!
Let him go! Get him, Pete! Get out! Please!
Well, what are yours?
Don't say it, sir.
Morning, friend.
You lost him.
Got Walter the horse, though.
Oh, so we're only working at 50% now, are we?
Yeah.
Coffee, black.
And I got bitten for me trouble.
I can't believe you guys.
Ah, that's just a nasty suck, that.
Get out of it. Went right through my best jacket.
Let's see. That's not a complete bite.
It's complete enough for me.
Oi, Tyson, in here. Now!
I lost my rag.
Shut up.
Look, I'm sorry.
Button it. Your wife okay?
Yeah, she's tough.
Yeah. You try a stunt like that again, and you'll be spending a holiday in the neurological department of St. Barnard's.
So I'm not getting the bully?
What disappoints me the most is that you were acting like a distraught husband instead of fixing him properly.
I appreciate it, boss.
Yeah. Extenuating circumstances.
Cheers. They still let him escape.
What, and you can do better?
Yeah.
Well, come on in.
How many toothless villains do you think we've got on our patch?
I don't know.
2. Septimus Riley, he's 73.
And?
Davy Box.
Hold on. Ted, in here. That bite, I want you to get it photographed immediately. And I want it absolutely perfect and life-size.
Black spot?
Evidence, Sarge. Firm evidence.
Right.
Where do we start looking?
Alfie Dobbs gave me the place the other day. And with a bit of luck, Mr. Box might be just stupid enough to try it again.
You are?
Come on. Bingo. Stallion. Walter. Come on, in we go.
Cheers.
Don't worry. I won't stab you in the back.
I won't let you go.
This is number 3 on your list.
Ah, yes, Mr. Walter Stallion.
Yes, sir. I don't foresee any problems with this case.
See, an overnight arrest, is it?
Yes, sir. We're asking for a 7-day remand in custody. There are numerous inquiries, and the police are in fact looking for another man.
Get that man out! You're mine!
I'm sorry about this. It is necessary.
Just give me one reason and I'll snap your neck!
Reason?
There will be an explanation at a later date, sir.
Yes, Inspector, and I'm sure it'll be a very good one. No doubt we'll be hearing it all in the fullness of time.
Thank you very much, sir.
Get it! Burglary! Robbery! You can't prove nothing! No? All right. No need for the evidence. We do understand each other, don't we? Look, you wound me up, man. I had to pull the bluff somehow. Yeah, well, listen, a little message, kidder. You even think of my family again, and you're going to lose your life! Okay, that's not enough! Look, the book's shut. Well, it better be. Look, just give me back my teeth and I'll talk.
Who have we got in the Jacobson lorry?
Abel and Turnham.
On the board?
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Here to make up the numbers. Got no chance. What about you?
No chance.
Bravo 527, Alpha Romeo Lima. Alpha Romeo Lima.
So 11 unit on plot.
About time too.
Promotion board. Name?
Roach, Edward.
Would you like to wait in the room opposite?
Oh, right.
I did.
I was hoping to go out tonight. I suppose that's off now.
No chance. Here they are. Never fails, does it?
I wouldn't mind losing a lorry load for that, a passion with her.
You wouldn't know what to do with it, Carver.
He's going for gold.
Come on.
Wait for the golf to go.
Stay well back, Michael. Let the bike do the work.
Did I do all right?
You did fine. Get in.
Nettlefield?
Yes.
You're in at 10:30 a.m. Denton?
Right.
11 a.m. Hayden? 11:30. Cedar?
Yes.
Midday. Wicket?
Yes.
12:30 p.m. Roach? 1 o'clock. Furs? 2 o'clock on the dot. Furs? No Mr. Furs yet.
What about me?
Who are you?
Formby, K Division.
You're here tomorrow.
Well, I was warned for today.
Tomorrow, Mr. Formby, 11 o'clock sharp.
Well, thanks a lot.
When you finished your interview, you leave by the back stairs. You do not, under any circumstances, come back into this waiting room or in any way communicate with the other officers waiting to be interviewed. Is that perfectly clear?
Yes.
Right. Mr. Netherfield.
Good luck.
Thanks. All the best.
We're heading for town.
So when are you going to nick them?
We're not interested in them.
We can nick them any time. We know who they are and where they live.
So why did I have to lose me load?
Well, we need to know where they're taking the gear. Your firm is as interested as us in finding out who's buying.
After Mr. Big, eh?
Yeah, Mr. Big.
So tell me, Mr. Samuels, would you have gone to bed with her like she offered?
Nah. What would a young slip of a lass like that wanting going to bed with the likes of me? Well, even my missus finds me repulsive. Nah. I took the money instead. They gave me that on account.
I'll look after that.
Any idea who's on the board?
Whiteside is one.
Oh, God, not him.
Sorrow and Wade are the other two, so I've been told.
That's my promotion down the chute.
Sorrow was my chief inspector in Special Branch a few years ago.
Oh, well, you'll look after you.
What about you, mate?
Me? I'm just along for the ride.
Quit a game.
Can't hear a thing.
We could be here a long time, you know. All right, 5p.
Central 278. Thought you said these PFXs were supposed to be state-of-the-art. Your signal's breaking up. Over. Gov, did you get that break in transmission?
I haven't got a main set, Michael.
Gov, I've lost him. All right.
Sheep to the slaughter.
Good luck. All the best.
Where are you going?
The toilet. That all right with you?
Stand by.
Wait until we hear from Abel, that's all we can do. Unless you want me to circulate the registration numbers of both vehicles.
What about the chopper?
If there'd been one available, we'd have had one, wouldn't we?
How'd it go, Ron?
Bloody awful. Listen, Ted, if that cow catches us talking together, we'll both be in trouble.
Never mind about her, just give me the SP.
They crucified me.
Can you be a little bit more specific?
Watch out for Wade, the one on the left.
Any awkward questions?
My approach to no-go areas. If I was promoted, they said, and posted to somewhere like Brixton, how would I go about organising a drugs raid?
Oh, terrific.
I waffled. I said, basically, treat each case on its own merits. They wouldn't accept that as an answer. They kept pushing. In the end, I said, in practical terms, The less people knew about it, the better. God, did they slaughter me.
Cheers, mate. I owe you one.
Anyway, Turner and Abel have got enough experience to be able to handle it.
But our radios could be out of range if they needed help.
What other options are there then?
Gov, there aren't any.
Where is everybody?
They're going through them like a dose of salt.
Typical.
It's a bit too quick for my liking.
Yeah.
I don't really know what I'm doing here, you know. I'm quite happy being a sergeant.
I'm beginning to think the same.
Run with the hare and hounds.
Ducking and diving.
You said it.
Wingett.
Got him. They're heading towards the North Circular.
Well done, Michael. We'll be with you. In about 10 minutes.
Oh, you. Come on.
I'm snarled up in the traffic again. What about the Gulf? Over.
No one in sight.
Abel, you receiving me? Over.
Very noisy in the back of that truck.
Abel, if you can hear me, talk to me. Over. Dozy pair.
Anything happening?
Nothing. I used to be school champ at this. Fancy a game of squares?
Sergeant Furs, how can you present yourself to the board dressed like that?
I had no choice. I've been on surveillance since yesterday.
Then come back tomorrow, properly dressed.
I'm going on leave tomorrow. Don't worry, I'll explain. They'll understand.
I wouldn't count on it.
Who cares?
You obviously don't want promotion.
I hate wearing a tie.
Ted Roach.
Simon first.
You sound like a man after my own heart.
Who cares about the extra money? Quality of life. Out on the streets, thief catching. That's what it's about.
So they say to you, tomorrow, Mr. Furs, you're a DI. No passing exams, no taking boards. What do you do? Turn it down?
Like hell I would.
I think I've been sussed out.
Just stay with them. We'll be with you in 02 minutes.
Gov, I've definitely been clocked.
How long have you been with SO9?
2 years.
And you don't want to come off it?
I got all the exams, commendations, terrific ARs. I don't want to go back to a desk. It would kill me.
The board are having an early lunch. I want you back here at 2 o'clock sharp. That'll give you time to go and tidy yourself up, Sergeant Furs.
Do you fancy a drink?
Gov, I've lost them again.
Where was your last sighting, Michael?
Damn it. We need assistance, Gov, or we're going to be in trouble.
Pull up by that telephone box. Keep the engine running.
Scotch. Make it a double?
Yeah, go on.
2 doubles.
Terry, I need a favour. Yeah, India 99. Yeah, well, that's not my problem, mate. Can you do it for me? Battersea Heliport, 5 minutes. Great, I owe you one.
Well, you should have seen this crumpet's face when I told her I was the old Bill.
She hold her hands up, did she?
Not only did she hold her hands up, she shopped the old man for 2 kilos of coke as well.
Right, this is where you get out, pal.
We're going to get back.
Catch a bus or something. Move it.
I haven't got any money.
Move it!
Another one?
We better get back.
Just one.
One.
Sorry, mate. It was an accident.
I know, leave it out.
Anything now?
Are you sure you're going to be all right, sir?
Yeah, thanks.
Look, I'm really sorry about that, mate.
What's it your fault?
You should have let me nick him.
I've got a board in 20 minutes, remember?
Go sick. I'll tell him you got run down by a car. In fact, I could arrange it if it would help.
I am not going to miss the chance of this board. Hell or high water, I'll be there. Stop the bleeding.
You'll never get away with it, you know. He's had a slight accident.
Receiving, Mike. Over.
Go ahead, Jim.
Well, you might be out of Burnside's range with your PFX. I don't know. But I'll join you later. Well, let's just say he might jump on you from a great height if this goes wrong.
Sit down, Sergeant Roach. The light, is it too strong?
It is a little, sir, yes.
Are you all right? You look as if you're not very well.
I'm all right, sir.
I see from your record that you have 6 commissioner's commendations.
Yes, sir.
The last one for the arrest of an armed man. Would you like to tell us about that?
We're really motoring now.
Top gear, hasn't changed down for a while.
Maybe we're on a dual carriageway.
Feels more like a motorway.
What if we're on the M1?
I've got a sister in Leicester.
Well, it was really a question of teamwork. As for disarming the man, I was on the spot. The opportunity was there. The villain was distracted by other officers, and I stepped in quickly and took the gun off him.
Why do you want to be a detective inspector, Sergeant Roach?
Because I know I can do the job, sir. And I believe I have the natural ability and the requisite tact to handle people when under pressure. As I proved recently when I was acting detective inspector.
Natural ability and tact, you say?
Yes, sir.
Then how come you're involved in a scuffle, lunchtime?
Scuffle?
Or to put it in words that you could understand, a punch-up at the pub.
Are you sure you're all right, Sergeant? You appear to be sickening for something.
I'm okay, sir.
There's no doubt from your record that you are a good, practical officer. And as Commander Whiteside said, you have 6 commendations. But you have 3 times as many complaints recorded against you. 3 of them originate as a result of barroom brawls. Now, what would you do in our position? Would you consider that kind of background to be good detective inspector material?
Got it.
It's a good job Turner and Abel are still in the game.
Yeah. It's the fumes. You'll be all right.
If we don't stop soon, I'm going to jump out.
Going lower. It's heading towards that car park.
This is it.
I hope the DI doesn't leave this too late.
To all units on this operation, the target vehicle is in a car park off Sterling Lane.
Well, let's go.
See you, Jim. It's down to you, boys. Go to it.
Sorry.
Yes, Roach. What are your views on police accountability to the community? Through, let's say, consultation and participation.
You mean every time I want to search premises in a sensitive racial area, I have to notify everyone down to the local road sweeper?
Any more questions?
Any questions you'd like to ask us?
No, sir. Except what am I doing here? You seem to have made up your minds before I came through that door. I think we're wasting each other's time. Good day, gentlemen.
Vehicle just pulled up.
I hope it's all not. This radio's kaput.
It can't be.
There's nothing coming through.
Right, let's get out of here. Come on.
Hey! Come here, you! Police! What's the matter? What'd you do with that lorry? Lorry?
I'm sorry, there's been a mistake.
What you talking about?
It's not the right lorry.
It must be!
Right firm, wrong lorry.
Hey. Well, look at this. Give us a PFX.
We're back where we started.
Dashwood, are you receiving me? Over. Dashwood, come in.
Please, over. What the hell are you on about, Turnham?
Rich.
I said I don't know where you are, Mike, but I know where we are.
It's all on the CB.
Did you hear that, Mike?
Burnside strikes again! Yeah! And again when I'll get you lot back to the nick.
Whereabouts are we?
Here we go, here's that.
Who the hell are you?
Yes, Greg, DC Wine, Sunhill.
We've come to relieve you.
Oh, aye. So what the hell's wrong with our fellas then, eh?
One's sick, the other's in court.
This is an area surveillance team job, nothing to do with divisional coppers.
We don't particularly want to be here, pal. I'd sooner be back at the nick catching up with an overflowing tray of urgent correspondence.
You know anything about the job?
Nope, nothing. Don't want to either. Hopefully we're only here for a couple of hours until your governor can find somebody else.
We were told to log the movements of a target. The idea was you'd fill us in.
Oh, come on. Typical larboard lumber, eh?
You got a damn cheek, Larber, using two of my staff. If I'd been here, you wouldn't have done it.
Needs must, Frank.
How long are they going to be there?
Oh, a couple of hours max.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I've got 3 down with flu. I've got another 3 at the Crown Court.
What, in the dock?
That's not funny, Frank. Not even as a joke.
You know your trouble, Larber. You got no sense of humour. And neither were my lads if they're stuck on your surveillance all day.
Name's Paul Burnell. Got about 5 cons for robbery.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Nothing recent.
Cheers.
Moved into number 9 across the road there a couple of months ago. Spent a fortune on the inside.
Doesn't look that special to me.
There's a palace in there by all accounts. He's got a jacuzzi, the lot.
At the moment, we think he's into overseas property.
Like what?
Like timeshare, that kind of thing.
How many people live in the house?
Just him and the missus. Very tasty, too. Take a wee look at the top left-hand window. There's a mirror on the wall. Reveals everything.
You probably won't see him till about 11. If you do, he'll stroll up to the end of the road and catch a taxi.
Disqualified?
Nah, just won't use a motor.
Can he?
Sign in. Burnell's taking no chances. He doesn't want to go back inside again.
What backup is he?
All you have to do is pick up the RT. We've got a couple of units, a few streets away, ready to take up the chase.
So?
That's it.
So who's the target?
Paul Burnell.
What, the robber? On this manor?
CID. No, he's not here at the moment, mate. Yeah, we'll ring back later, will you? Yeah, I'll tell him you called.
So what's Burnell up to then?
Dunno.
Well, you must know something. How long he had him under surveillance?
3 weeks. Had the phone hooked up at the same time, but he don't use it. He goes down to the telephone box when it's working. Very cagey.
You sure he hasn't sussed you out?
Yeah, it's just an old habit.
Like you and me?
It smells like a brothel in here.
Don't know how people can live like this. Must take practice.
You wonder if they're like it at home.
Mrs. Curry would have a field day.
Who?
Yes, hello?
You could have had boiled eggs for a change this morning, only I broke one and I didn't have time. Where's the other chaps?
They've gone home. Who are you, exactly?
Mrs. Lewis. I live downstairs. Oh, I hope you're not going to waste this.
Oh, I'm sure we can manage a piece of toast, Mrs. Lewis.
Downstairs, you say?
Any movement yet?
Movement?
Yes, the fellow you're keeping tabs on across the road.
No movement, no.
Nothing happens in this street that I don't know about.
Yeah, well, thanks for the breakfast, Mrs...
Lewis. Oh, I'll be downstairs if you want me.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Some secret, eh?
More tea, Vicar?
God, the coffee and this Nick. See you later, Frank.
Not if I see you first. I heard about the board, Ted. I'm sorry.
Just one of those things.
I thought you'd make DI this time round.
So did I.
Next time, eh?
Yeah.
There's been another of those frauds down at Parker's. I was going to give it to Greg, but I think it's better if you deal with it.
I didn't stand a chance, you know that?
Are we still discussing the board?
It was all cut and dried before I went up there.
Yeah, well, there'll be another time. Forget it. So if you do the fraud, I'll let Greg do the break-in.
I just wish somebody would tell me the truth. That's all I ask. If my cards are marked, then for God's sake, tell me.
Ted, I'll sympathise with you.
I mean, what's the point of them sending me up there year after year?
But I've got a nick to run.
At this moment, I don't give a damn about you or the Nick. I want the truth.
You want the truth? I'll tell you the truth. You'll never get promotion as long as Brownlow's in charge of this station. Now you know. Now can we get on with some work?
Pity Burnell's missus doesn't show herself. Otherwise, I don't see the point of having binoculars.
Pigs. That's what they are, pigs. I'm going to pop downstairs and get myself a dustbin bag or something.
Being a sergeant's not that bad, Ted. Sometimes I wish I'd stuck with 3 stripes.
I think you should know. I'm putting my papers in.
Resign? You can't do that.
It's either that or watch youngsters like Melvin sail past without even firing a shot in anger.
That's the way of the world, Ted. Nothing's going to change that. That's life.
Not anymore.
Do you want to transfer?
I've made up my mind. I'm leaving the job.
Get out! Well, that's up to you. But think about it.
I've had it up to here. No more.
Give it to the weekend. Fair enough. I'll accept your papers. And not before the weekend. All right.
All units from OP, target is on the move.
Are you receiving? Over. All units, are you receiving? Over.
Hurry up! Give me the car! Come in heaven's name, somebody answer me! Come on! Come on, he's been kidnapped! What's going on?
What's going on? Somebody's taking him. Get on the phone.
I'll use the phone in there!
Yeah, no, listen. All right, who's taking him? Who's taking him?
She's inside. Have you circulated the registration of the car?
Wire register's about all I got.
That's a fat lot of good. Has she no idea who it's down to?
I think she's given us a load of moody.
I expect this to help you.
Alice there. What happened?
A car pulls up, two heavies jump out and grab Burnside. I tried to raise Larbo's people on the RT. No one acknowledged my transmission.
You recognise any of the faces?
No, but I could pick them out.
Where were you going with your husband?
He wanted a couple of new shirts. I wanted some cigarettes, a bit of shopping. Why?
Why, Paul, for heaven's sake?
What does he actually do for a living?
What's that got to do with it?
I don't know, unless you tell me.
For all you lot care, he could be lying in a gutter somewhere with his guts hanging out.
What does he do for a living?
He's a property developer.
Strange. I thought he was a villain.
That's all in the past. Who are you anyway?
Detective Inspector Burnside. I'm in charge of this case.
Well, then why aren't you doing something about it instead of asking me all these damn fool questions?
Greg, take Mrs. Burnell down the neck.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Who said anything about arrest? I just want you to look at some photos, that's all. You do want to cooperate, don't you?
There must be something somewhere around here that'll give us a clue.
You don't think it'd be down to our firm, do you?
What, they kidnapped him?
I wouldn't put it past the robbery squad.
Larber would have known, wouldn't he?
Larber plays things a little too close to his chest for
Oh, well, thank you for your confidence. Your two idiots really copped this one up, didn't they?
They shouldn't have been there in the first place, Larber, if you'd organised the surveillance properly.
Listen, I don't want no excuses. I left explicit instructions they were to get on the RT the minute there was any movement.
Your people were probably sleeping, that's the truth of it.
And who, pray, are you?
It doesn't matter who I am.
Who is he?
None of your business.
Oh, yes, it is.
Now, you listen to me, Larber. This crime's been committed on my patch, and I want to know why. Which means I want cooperation, not aggravation. So either help out or push off.
Mrs. Burnell, this is no time to hold anything back. If your husband's upset anybody recently, a dodgy deal, for example.
I told you, he's not into villainy anymore. He's a property developer. Legit.
Old habits are hard to break. Maybe he's had somebody over for a few quid.
This must be heaven sent. A chance to turn over Burnell's place.
Yeah, knowing him, you'll find sweet FA.
Why don't you come clean and tell me what this is all about?
Would I waste 3 weeks of my life watching him if I knew what he was at already, for God's sake?
And what happens if he turns up on some waste ground with his head blown off?
There's one less villain for us to keep tabs on, innit?
Don't take me for an idiot, Larber.
I don't know.
Look, you'll have to tell someone sometime if this all comes on top. What you got, Ted?
Timeshare.
Timeshare?
Well, it's news to me.
Property in Tenerife. He also owns property in this road, including number 6.
Isn't that where you set up your surveillance, Colin?
What about the second man?
Second man? Middle-aged, about 5 foot.
5 foot? What is he, a midget?
I can't think. My husband's missing, for God's sake. I can't remember.
Do you know how tall 5 foot is?
About his size. I'm not very good on heights.
Sierra Oscar from 832, urgent message. Are you receiving? Over.
You called an ambulance?
Yeah, it's on its way.
How is it?
You're right, nice girlfriend. What happened? We're collecting the takings, came across the pavement towards a vehicle, and these masked men jumped out from nowhere.
How many?
3, 4, driver, 5. It's hard to tell.
I'd say about 5.
What kind of shooters?
Well, at least 2 pump-action shotguns.
How much did they get?
About 20 grand, maybe more. We're going all out to take the van, but luckily this old lady over here scared them off.
Yeah, she's probably saved me from copping a few.
What about my groceries? There's a week's pension in that lot.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we can work something out for you.
You all right, darling?
I'm fine. I'm fit as a fiddle.
Good on ya. Ted. It's a bit heavy.
Could have been worse.
Well, you better get on the robbery squad.
What about Larber's team?
They're supposed to be surveillance. How come they missed this?
What about this one?
No.
No?
No.
This one?
No.
Well, keep on looking then.
Tosh?
Yeah?
This is one of them. Slip it in amongst the others and see if she picks him out.
All right. Cheers.
It all looked the same to me after a while.
You sure? What about this one? Oh, sorry. What about this one then?
No.
Just think that cot should have my name on it.
You've got a lot to thank the old lady for.
I'm going back to the Nick. I'll catch a lift in the area car, Ted.
What about Larber? The mood I'm in, I'm likely to stick one on him.
I've always said never mix business with pleasure. Keep an eye on him. Watch he doesn't pull any strokes.
I thought we were all on the same job.
Don't you believe it. Claire?
What's Larber doing here?
Area surveillance.
Miserable looking devil. What you got, Ted?
If they've done anything to Porter, help me, I'll kill them.
You know who they are, don't you?
Do you think I'd be standing here talking to you if I knew? Somebody's gonna pay for this.
Bring Mrs. Burnow into my office.
Mrs. Burnell?
I'll leave you until we're finished, love, okay?
What's all this about?
That's personal.
Nothing's personal when you come into this, Nick, darling.
They're papers to do with my husband's business.
What business? He's only just come out.
Property development. He had some money put away.
I bet he did.
Hold on a second. My husband's missing, might be dead. Just tell me, what are you doing about it?
Sit down.
There's a South London villain called Cranny, an associate of Burnell's. They did time together. He was one of the kidnappers. She didn't pick him out.
Go and nick him.
No, he's not at home. I've got the local Nick sitting on his drum.
Larber's got Burnell's phone tapped, right?
Apparently.
Maybe she won't be as shy as her old man. Take her home and make out we're losing interest.
Right.
You take as many samples as you can.
I thought I might be able to find part of the footprint amongst this mess.
The only way we're going to catch these people is by forensic.
Found some good old verbals.
Those days have gone. For me, anyway. I shall never stick my neck out again for this job. Not 1 inch.
There we are, sweetheart. Hang on, let me.
It's all right. You don't have to hold my hand. You are the law, aren't you?
Yes.
I think you should have a look at that van.
What van?
The one here. There's a lot of noise coming from the inside.
Noise?
It sounds as though someone's locked in the back.
Let's have a look then, eh?
Yes, do.
Okay.
Quite know what's happened, but...
Yeah, let's have a look.
Oh!
T! They found Burnell.
Can you give me a description of the kidnappers?
Look, I don't want to get the law involved.
We are involved.
So forget it.
Oh, this is how they kept on at me. They wouldn't let go.
What did they want? You don't just get kidnapped like that for nothing.
I made a mistake, right? Got the wrong person, okay?
Nah, it doesn't make sense.
Where is he? Inside. What's he saying? Not a lot. The van was nicked from South London this morning. Socco's on her way.
I'll go and have a look.
I want you to find out exactly where it was nicked from. Get the locals to make inquiries. And if it looks a bit iffy, bring them in. Right.
One of them must have said something to you.
Listen, pal. The last time I looked, I had 2 arms, 2 legs, and my wedding tackle was intact. Now, I call that a good result. Do you get my meaning?
Mr. Burnside, D.I. Burnside.
I was just telling your mate here how it's all been a big mistake.
A mistake?
Well, they got the wrong fella, didn't they? Once they realised they got it wrong, they dumped me.
What, in your street?
Yeah.
That was convenient, wasn't it?
As it happens, yes.
Wanted you found, did they?
Oh, leave him alone. He's been through enough. It's finished. We just want to be left alone. Now, will you go?
That's right. Thanks for your interest. It's all over, finito.
I've got a better idea. Let's all go down the Nick.
OK. I turned over a couple of villains for a few grand. That's all it's about. Nothing else. I got what I deserved.
Few grand?
6 grand deposit for a property out in Spain.
Who were the villains?
I'll be fair. I can't tell you that.
And the property doesn't exist?
It exists, but it isn't mine.
A con? Is that what you're saying?
They found out and they wanted their money back.
So how come you're still in one piece?
Oh, good talker.
Pass me a couple of those plastic bags and your little brush.
You're not taking over my job, are you?
Well, they tied me up, sat me down and threatened to do all kinds of nasty things to me. They gave me a choice. Either pay up, plus another 6 grand for aggravation, or else.
And where did all this take place?
In a lock-up garage somewhere. South London. I don't know, I was blindfolded, could have been anywhere.
Did you pay him?
I made all kinds of excuses. Said I didn't have that sort of cash laying about. That either my money was tied up or in a building society, and I had to give 7 days' notice to make a withdrawal.
And they believed that?
Like I said, I'm a good talker. What else could they do?
Then what?
They wanted to teach me a lesson. Let me know that they meant business. Knock me about a bit, put the boot in, dump me in the back of the van.
You gonna pay?
Oh, yeah. 14 days' time.
So if we nick these kidnappers, you won't want to take any action?
Well, to be honest, no. I mean, they shouldn't have done all this, but I deserve what I got. I was the one taking liberties. That's half my trouble.
You think you've got a very good alibi, don't you, Mr. Burnell? Cut on the head, swollen eye, nice touch.
What do you mean?
You knew that the police had you under observation, and you and your mates took advantage of it. You staged the kidnapping for us to witness it.
This is silly talk. What's he talking about?
A very good alibi.
They're trying to stitch you up.
But for one thing, I want your trainers off.
My trainers?
Do as he says. Sit down.
I wish you'd tell me what all this is about.
Let me call for a solicitor.
I'd be quiet if I was you.
Stop playing games and come to the point.
You should have changed your shoes after the robbery, Mr. Burnell. You should have got rid of them, burnt them. But then even the best laid plans go wrong, don't they?
This is silly talk.
You wouldn't remember the groceries lying on the pavement outside the supermarket. You were more interested in legging it from the scene as quickly as possible. You ran through the spilt groceries, Burnell. Drinking chocolate, sugar, broken eggs. And that single act will convict you.
Burnell, you and your mates, and they won't be hard to pick up, will be charged with the armed robbery of a security van.
You're Nick, sunshine.
You were guessing. You didn't know for sure. What are you going to do if the lab doesn't come up with the right results on those trainers?
Nell is convinced that we've got the evidence. That's why he did a runner. By the end of the day, he'll have made a statement admitting his part in the robbery.
You're not a detective, Ted. You're a con man. And you can forget about resigning. You got no chance.
I've got till the weekend to think about it. Remember?
Being a detective is more than just a job to you, Ted. It's a way of life. You just proved it. Come on. I'm gonna buy you a drink.
Listen, does anybody want these or what? No, you got any 2000 AD? 2000 AD?
I mean, what are all these? I've read all these. You got anything else?
Claire Bryn said she'd like a jockstrap. If you find Taffy Edwards in there, let Fraser know, eh?
Squash balls.
Oh, hello. They're not perished, are they?
Oh, look at this. Passing out there, ending. I wonder what happened to the rest.
Expect I haven't gone swanning off back to the sticks like you, mate.
That is a definite pop.
Dicing with death, you. Dicing with death.
No, you're not going to get all straight-laced about it then, are you?
Whatever.
It has been known.
All I'm saying to you is don't go over the top about it, that's all.
Do I ever? Hey, Tony, just in case, right? Come on, lads, shut 'em up, smarten up. Let's do it to them before they do it to us. Stop nattering, go on, sorry. Morning, Yorkie.
Right, Sarge.
Only 8 hours until freedom then, eh?
That's right, Sarge.
We'll miss you. Will you be leaving your snooker cue?
No.
Right, there are problems expected in the rush hour at the junction of Gilfillan Road and Roby Street due to roadworks for cable TV. So we'll have 832 Bryn to attend for point duty, please. Oh, come on now, you know you like them. And then 5 beat after breakfast. 171 Hollis, 3 beat. Oh yeah, when you call in at Lombardy House on the Pilbeam Estate, the odd couple at number 20 that was spring cleaning last night woke up the neighbours. Just call in and make sure everyone's happy, will you? 351 Haynes, 4 beat. 416 Melvin front desk. 101 Edwards, 6 beat. 595 Stamp Panda, 85. And could we please have it back in one piece? All right, that brings us to Yorkie Smith, who, in the time-honoured tradition of the service, will spend his last day in the job scrounging around indoors with a little piece of paper in his hand. Right, any questions?
Yeah. What time's the boozer?
About 2 o'clock onwards in the grapes.
I know I can depend on you all to behave in a manner the Commissioner would expect.
Right, so I'll book the ambulance and the TSG for what, about midnight? All right, anything else, ma'am?
No, fine.
OK, that's it, let's go. Come on. Go and get your little yellow jumper on and your hat.
You know, I always said he had his favourites. Ever since I give up the LIO's job, he's had it in for me. It's been all gutty duties, never a sniff of a motor. You should be doing this Lombardy house.
Yeah, it's your beat now, Reg.
Yeah, but not till tomorrow, by rights, and you're on their wavelength.
Well, you better start tuning in then, hadn't you?
I'll see you before you finish this afternoon then, Yorkie.
Yes, OK, Mum. Will you be popping into the pub later for a drink?
Yeah, thanks. Just have one, won't stay for long. Wouldn't want to cramp your style.
Oh, you couldn't cramp Yorkie style, man. Boy doesn't have any.
Oh, look at him. Poor man's Eddie Murphy.
Yes, very poor. Look, just make sure your correspondence clear, OK?
Yes, Mum.
Hollis, are you on cadron duty today?
No, we're 3 beat, Mum.
Well, could we have you out on patrol then, please?
Yes, Mum.
3 beat, Reg.
Yeah?
This one's for you. Kilby Street. Intruders reported in the video shop next to the laundrette.
Yeah, but Sarge, I can't be in 2 places at once. I'm supposed to do Lombardy house.
I'll go.
Oh, great.
Kilby Street. Well, what makes him think there's been intruders? There's no sign of a forced entry.
All right, I'll book it and leave it then.
That was quick. We haven't rang yet.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to go and bury myself in Yorkshire.
I'll give you a hand to do it here if you like, Rich.
Hey?
He's not gone to bury himself, he's gone to live in Sheffield. It's a city.
Yeah, but still Yorkshire, isn't it?
Well, what is wrong with Yorkshire? I bet you've never even been there.
I've been past it.
Sorry if you've been knocking, but we were upstairs exploring. Sherry Broom, this is my husband Mick. We're the new tenants.
This is your shop then, is it?
Well, as of this morning, yeah.
Have you got any identification, love? Proof of ownership?
Well, the paperwork's gone through the pipeline. Got the keys, though.
6 o'clock's a funny time to be opening, isn't it?
Well, we're not open yet. We're just here. We couldn't sleep, see? This is our first business. Mick used to be a bus driver, didn't you, Mick?
Yeah.
Only we thought we were taking over everything lock, stock and barrel. Only there isn't any stock. It's all gone. It's a bit worrying, really.
Mrs. Kellows? Mrs. Kellows?
Well, sit down. It's bad manners to stand when people are eating. He's all right now. He's had his pills.
Oh, yeah.
Your mates in the flat hats were going to take him in the night. But they know he's all right. They know he's as good as gold when he's had his pills. They didn't want him in their nice flesh core anyway.
No, I suppose not.
I'm not lugging this stuff back up there on my own, you know. You threw it down, you can take it back. That's fair.
What made him throw it out in the first place?
Oh, of course it was dirty. Come on, you can give us a hand if he won't. Bring that table, will you?
Hey! That's my table!
Shut up, you stupid fool.
Mine!
He thinks you're nicking it.
Oh, right.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, though.
Don't look very well.
No, I'm all right.
Hey! My table! Hey! My table!
Don't you touch him, he's helping, because you're too lazy.
I ain't lazy.
Well, go and get the chairs then. Get the chairs!
I thought we were going shopping.
It's too early.
Why?
It's only 6:30. Get the chairs, you stupid man. Hey, and leave that washing alone. Raymond! Here!
I've made you a cup of tea, only the electric's not on.
No problem, love. When was the last time that you were in the shop, Mrs. Broom?
Last Wednesday.
And the shop was fully stocked then?
Oh, yeah, and as I say, that was the understanding in the draft lease.
Which is in the pipeline?
That's right. See, we paid our deposit and Mrs. Durban...
Durban? Not Cooper?
Yeah, Durban, that's right, her and her husband. Nice couple, wouldn't they, Mick? Business-like, but friendly. Anyway, we paid our deposit and they gave us the keys and that was it. They said we could move in today. I mean, we were amazed at how simple it all was.
How much deposit did you actually pay, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, only in accordance with the advert. They didn't try to put it out once they knew we were serious, did they, Mick?
Nah.
Go get the advert, Mick. It's in the file. Thought we'd open the file to keep ourselves organised. The lease is £120 a week with 2 months to pay in advance.
So, what, you've paid about £1,000 then?
Well, 1,080 to be exact. But on the basis they're taking so
What,
far...
cash?
Well, yeah. They said they prefer cash for sign of good faith, didn't they, Mick?
Can I help you, sir?
I don't think so. Why are you in our shop?
Your shop?
Yes. We're the new tenants.
Stone me, CID at 7:30.
Flexi time, mate. Sooner I start, sooner I get to Yorkie's booze up.
Won't be there himself unless you give him a hand.
OK. Oh, Ali, tell Smith I want to see him at breakfast time, will you please? Go.
Look, there's 5 couples here now, and 2 blocks on the road. Yeah, just a minute, love, just a minute. They've all got sets of keys, they've all paid £1,000, and they all think they're moving in today. Yeah, just a minute. Hold on, there's somebody else here now. It's all right, it's Ted Roach.
Quiet!
Thanks a lot, Sarge. Excuse me, lads.
What's going on, Marion?
Office relocation, sir.
It's always me, isn't it?
You wanted to see me, sir?
Smith, yes, come in. Ted Roach finished up the video shop.
Well, he was still there when I was relieved, sir. The number of new tenants was up to 15 by then.
Stroll. I mean, would you hand over £1,000 for a set of keys and nothing in paper?
No, sir. But then I'm not a Londoner.
No, which is a pity. Anyway, the chief super will be making all those official noises when he sees you. Unofficially, I just wanted to say, well, good luck for the future, of course, but I can't pretend I'm not disappointed. Going to a security firm, I hear. Good old private enterprising.
Yes, sir. An ex-girlfriend's father's got one. Peak Security. He offered me the job a few months ago. I thought about it for a while and then decided to take it.
Marrying the boss's daughter part of the deal, is it?
No, sir. No, thank you, sir.
Still, more money, I presume.
A little. It's cheaper up there, of course.
Your own home, fishing every weekend, E-Dale on your doorstep, who can blame you?
You tell me, sir.
How long have you been in the force now, Smith? 5 years, isn't it? It takes that long for a copper to become good at his job, really good. And you are a really good copper. Not the sort of man I like to see turning his back on it.
Like I say, sir, 5 years. And what's the point? What have I achieved? What do any of us achieve? No matter how hard we try, we can't change anything. We don't even solve much crime. Seems to me we're just here to clear up the mess. And quite honestly, I've had enough of being a social road sweeper, sir.
Fine. Well, if leaving's right for you, it must be right for us as well, mustn't it? All the best.
Thank you, sir.
18 sets of keys, Yorkie. We're talking a £20,000 sting and 10 grand's worth of videotapes. Enjoy yourself at the pub. I'll send you a postcard with the result.
Yorkie, the very man. Look, your old flame, Mrs. Singleton's been on, Stalling Road. Her prowler's on the prowl again. You fancy a quick one?
Well, what about Reg?
Extended breakfast as usual, Federation business.
All right, Sarge.
Hey, newspan 86.
Okay. That's not very good, is it, Alice? Door chain.
Dear, yes.
It's a bit late now. I'm in on to love.
Stalling Road. Yeah, right.
What are you up to, Sarge?
Me? Nothing.
So white, early 20s, wearing jeans and a dark blue anorak. And he's definitely the bloke you saw before.
Oh, yes, definitely. I saw him in the next road as well, from the back bedroom window.
You don't think he was just passing through, like?
Would you like a cup of tea, Dave?
Well...
Sit down. Do you know, you're the first person I've spoken to all week.
Who's speaking?
The police. When do you expect Mr. and Mrs. Cooper?
This morning, but it's Spain, so who knows?
Could I leave a message?
No, I think you'd better call back.
Thanks.
Here you are, dear. A bit of cake for you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry you're leaving us, but we all have our lives to live. What's our new man like?
Oh, he's, fine.
Should I ask for him by name?
Yeah, you do that. It's Reg. Reg Hollis.
Oh, no car today?
No, not today. Bye then, Alice. Mind how you go. Flipping heck.
Well, that wasn't very clever, was it, Yorkie?
Well, I'm sure I locked it. I've still got the keys.
You can't drive a set of keys, Smith. You'd better leg it back to the station and be quick about it. I'll put out on all units.
Right, Sarge.
All right, mate.
How
Look
you
what I got
doing,
for you.
all
A
right?
tenner.
5.
No, mate, tenner. Hi! Get up here! Give us that!
Get your own!
You stupid little prat! Into the odd stuff now, are we?
Going up the world, and I.
Oh, yeah? You want to look in the mirror, son?
Sir, Mr. Pig!
Shut up. Stand up here. See it, Oscar from 148. Receive it, over.
Have you found it yet, Yorkie?
No, I haven't found it. So I want some transport. I've just picked up Andy Bradwell.
Bradwell again? What's he after? Placing the Guinness Book of Records?
I don't think he'll live long enough.
I'm not saying it's cause of the shooting or the fate act, but it's still a cop-out, isn't it? Cushy little number, your ex-bird's father.
Well, you're an idealist, isn't he, Tony? You're always the first to get worn down.
You're jobbing all idealists then, isn't it? Hello, Yorkie. I hear you lost your motor.
Yeah, but not my bottle, eh?
Ah, Mr. Bradwell, how nice. Your bed's still warm.
Possession and possible dealing, Sergeant.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Put him in number 2 with you, Yorkie. Detention cells are full. Notify CID. Oh, Yorkie, will you give me chapter and verse before you throw away your notebook, all right?
Right, Sergeant. This way. In there.
Enjoy your life, Mr. Pig.
Yes, you and all, pal. You and all.
The lasting memory, eh, Yorkie?
My room in half an hour, right?
Sir?
Our farewell chat.
Oh, right, sir.
Shut that bill up!
Here he is, the man with no wheels.
Any joy yet, Sarge?
Not so much as a skid mark, son.
What are they all doing, riding around with their eyes closed?
We haven't lost a car since Charlie Kerr, you know. You remember
Yeah,
old Charlie?
that's right.
Used to park the Morris Minor outside the pub, lost his pension over that. Yeah. Still, I don't suppose it worry you, will it, Smith?
I look a bit sick on his inventory this afternoon, though, isn't it?
What? When you're handing all your gear. I mean, stores, they can swallow the odd pair of missing trousers. But a patrol car?
You poxy parents. All right. Come on, give us the key. Come on.
Finding going, Smith?
Yes, sir.
Perhaps we better have a little chat now while you've got nothing better to do.
Right, sir.
Sounds like you're having a rather chaotic final day, Smith.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Councillor Wainfleet's arrived for his pre-lunch meeting.
Is he already? I'm sorry, Smith. Perhaps later on. If not, I'm sorry you're leaving. You will, of course, be given a satisfactory reference.
Thank you, sir. So grateful.
That was quick.
I think it said it all, Sarge.
What else could you expect? The panda's in the yard behind the transit.
Never had you down as a wind-up, Sarge.
I'm getting reckless in my old age. Well, it's not every day that we lose a Yorkie Smith, is it? I think there's one or two I wouldn't mind losing. Because they hang on forever, don't they?
So, where'd you say you found it?
In a phone box. You all right, Timothy?
Yes, Sarge.
Have you emptied your Corra's bin yet?
Not yet, Sarge, no.
Well, don't forget it, will you?
No, Sarge.
And don't forget to hand in your warrant card. Tell Peak Security they can issue their own. And did you send your reasons for leaving?
What, questionnaire?
Questionnaire. Did you send out the radio?
Yes, Sarge.
And did you leave in the bit about being a social road sweep?
Yeah, I did, actually.
I suppose many of the pats up there have a clue what you're talking about. That's good.
Sarge, what shall I do with this?
Fancy Sergeant Peters.
Well, viva friggin' España. Mr. and Mrs. Cooper.
Yes?
The owners of the video shop in Kilby Street?
Why, do you want to buy it?
You all right, Claire?
Yeah, fine.
I'm just making sure that everybody knows about the drink in the pub, okay?
Yeah.
Do you know a Mr. and Mrs. Durban?
Durban? No, don't think so. Eric, do we know a Durban? No. They know a Dunbar. Jane and Roy. They was going to take over the shop earlier this year, then they pulled out.
Uh-huh. Now, when you say they pulled out, did they ever have the keys to the shop?
Oh, yes, they ran it while the new lease was being drawn up for them. Then suddenly, about a month ago, they said they'd changed their mind, handed us back the keys, and that was that. Just before we went on holiday. Moving to Scotland, weren't they, Eric?
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong, Yorkie. As a Federation rep, I can fully appreciate your reasons for leaving us caring coppers.
You, a caring copper?
Us caring coppers are the salt of the earth, mate, but run and hide into nothing.
Oh, stick him in your suitcase, for God's sake, Yorkie.
But also, as Federation rep, there's no way I can approve of you moving into the private sector.
I'm not asking you to approve, mate.
I mean, these security firms aren't just patrolling building sites and factories now, are they? Oh, no. It's shopping centres, even housing estates, especially up north. It's the thin end of the privatisation
Look, you
wedge.
can't blame people for wanting to employ a private security firm to protect their property if the police can't manage it, can you?
Yeah, but they're paying twice for the same service.
Service? What service? If I lived in a street where there were 12 break-ins in the same week, I know what I'd think of the police folks.
Yeah, it's not our fault, is it?
I'm not saying it is.
I mean, what else do you expect with plonkers at the top and a government that wants a job run like ICI? The Guardian Angels?
Now then, that's another thing, isn't it? Vigilantes, yeah.
I bet that's really the reason you're going back to Sheffield, isn't it, Yorkie? Going to start up your own chapter, patrolling the empty pits.
Yeah, but it's not going to stop you scrounging a drink off me, though, is it?
Of course, I'll scrounge a drink off you. What do you think I am? An idealist?
I like that. I like that a lot.
Not going to the pub, Alec?
My relief's blown out, Mum. Car trouble. He's going to be an hour late.
Oh, dear. I'll see you later, then.
I'll tell you what, get me a brew and I'll wait for Yorkie, yeah?
Yeah, get me one in.
Excuse me, Sherry and Mick Broom, you know, the video shop.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, but we were wondering if anything had happened, you know, with your inquiries.
Well, all I can say at the moment is that I've spoken to the real owners of the video shop and Mr. and Mrs. Cooper. Now, they've been away on holiday and they don't know anything about what's happened.
Yeah, and?
Well, frankly, Mrs.
Broom.
Mrs. Broom, it's all been a very clever little con trick, and you, as the old saying goes, have been done up like kippers. Now, we will pursue with our inquiries and keep you posted, but there you go. Sorry.
Well, they're all the same, aren't they? None of them give a toss. Are you coming?
Here you are, Tony.
Cheers. On Yorkie Smith slate, yeah? Don't get me wrong, I love the job, right? But you don't have to be a caring copper, whatever that means, to do it. You just got to like nicking people. Because at the end of the day, it's very simple. 5% of the population is slag, and it's our job to keep that 5% under the thumb.
Look, I couldn't agree with you more, mate.
That's all there. Would you sign there, please? Cheers.
See you, love.
Bye, Yorkie.
I'm waiting to see you. Oh! Alec's not here yet, but she can't wait. Here, come here, darling. Here. Come on. Oh? It's all right, love. Careful.
PC Smith, on behalf of all us old ladies on the manor that you've been so kind to, you fit us all lovely locks and chains. Well, I just want to say that you can shoot your bolt with me anytime.
Nice one, eh?
She's all right. Good girl. Thanks a lot, lads. Thanks a lot. Where'd you get...
we do these windows?
It's a matter of dispute.
Got all this for a drinking club.
Roach Alliance said there were drugs.
We find any?
Only user quantity.
Brilliant result, eh?
They're still holding a geezer.
Please with yourself.
Pardon me, madam.
Don't matter.
Honestly, Tony, I have spent 3 months working with this community. Roach decides to raid a shebeen and the whole lot goes down the pan overnight.
So what am I supposed to tell you anyway? I had a few mates round last night, a few drinks, at a party. And you lot come and smash the place up.
You've been selling intoxicating liquor without a license.
Well, it's not multiple murder, is it?
Are you admitting the offence?
I ain't admitting nothing. You sure are making a meal of it, though?
May I remind you that the door of the house was slammed in this officer's face?
That wasn't me.
No, it wasn't him, actually.
Yeah, all right. Let's leave all that aside for a moment. We also have information that you've been pushing drugs.
No, I never. You can't do me for that.
Substances were found.
It's a lie. I never had no drugs.
Let me finish. Substances...
This is bullshit.
Charlie? Alan Mortimer. When did we last get together, eh? Another one of these training dues, wasn't it?
Bramsell, short residential course. You broke a window playing snooker.
I'd already gone to bed when that happened, actually.
Is that right? I've been telling everybody that it's you doing your Paul Newman impersonation.
Peter. He's the DIY man.
Tony.
I didn't hear that right. Make sure I don't.
What did you say? 643 from Sierra Oscar receiving.
Yeah, 643 receiving.
June, we got a call from Jupiter Street, number 24. Woman sounded distressed, but hung up before she gave her name. Will you respond?
Well, what's it supposed to be about?
I don't know that. The message was very confused. Could be domestic, could be a disturbance, could be load of old nothing.
Responding with 595.
Jupiter Street. Back to the front line.
Yes, my wife's my ops. I'm taking a couple of weeks leave after this. Well, probably. You know Dick Otway, of course, Charlie?
Yes, indeed. How are they treating you at area CID?
Can't grumble, Charles. Time to move onwards and upwards, though, Dickie. You can't stand still. Charlie's being boarded for the commander's job, isn't that right, Charlie?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Small world, eh? But why don't we all have a drink after this fun?
You don't interact. One of the first in the streets ahead of ours on the remote interrogation of experts.
Yes, it would be. Right, gentlemen. Now we're all present, I'd like to get down to business. Putting it bluntly, gentlemen, the object of the exercise is to see what you'd do if you're a divisional chief superintendent faced with a riot. Here's your ground. Information from your subordinates will come up on the VDU. Your resources are laid out here on the table and in summary form on the deployment board. You'll all take a turn in the hot seat. Mr. Vickers, will you start us off, please? It's late Saturday afternoon. There's been a big home match on against a visiting side whose supporters have a reputation for violence. We want to see them go home promptly and in good order.
I don't have to listen to all this. Why don't you just sod off out of it?
Don't tell me to sod off, you little slag.
Yeah, don't talk to her like that, right?
Who do you think you are coming here, dear, anyway?
You've done nothing but cause trouble since you've been here.
That's good coming from you, you old shag bag.
What do they call the law? Shut up.
Yeah, well, she's well with the old bill.
Excuse me. Excuse me, too big, yeah, well, your mouth is beat.
I'm Liverpool, Dixie.
Well, we've had a call giving this address.
Oh, yeah, terrific.
Mum, do you call the law, you silly old cow?
Look, it doesn't actually matter who called us. Let's just cool things down, all right? Now, what exactly is the problem?
You are.
Look, it's not a legal thing, right? There's no need for you to get involved.
We can work it out with her. We're just talking about something. That's right.
You weren't just talking, you were creating a disturbance.
Creating a disturbance, man.
I don't believe this. You're going to try and do this for some kind of disturbance and try and nick us for it. Nobody's talking about nicking, all right? Let's just calm things down.
Any of you people live in this house? How about backing off a bit for a start? And would you mind turning that off, sir?
You mean turning it off? Why should I?
Basically, because I'm telling you to. And if you make a nuisance of yourself with it, I'll be taking it off you. Thank you, sir. You know what this is all in aid of?
You know all in aid of. None of your bloody business. You know all in aid of. Come here,
You set the baby off now. What do you want?
I haven't finished talking to you. Now, look, if your mum did call us, I'd like a word with her, and it'd be a lot easier if I could come inside.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Look, get off your car. Don't let him in.
You better come in.
Look, don't let him in. You lot can get back up your trees and pick coconuts.
Your low-key approach has worked, Mr. Vickers. The visiting fans are leaving town peacefully. Thank you, Mr. Vickers. Mr. Otway, please. It's now 7:30 in the evening, and our visitors have left town. But our own hooligans are full of the joys of spring.
Just keep it quiet or you'll set her off again.
Now, you called the police?
Thought they'd send a van load after last night. You never learn, do you? Not much you can do once the old war drums get going.
Stupid.
We shouldn't be here with that lot. The housing said it's only temporary. It was years ago.
Yeah, well, you didn't call us just because you don't get on with your neighbours.
Don't care about them one way or the other. She loves them. Well, you can see that.
Shut your dirty mouth.
Little scrubber.
Why exactly did you call the police? Can I have a straight answer?
'Cause I've got Schwartzers jumping up and down outside my front door. You know that lot. Next thing it'll be a Richard through the letterbox, or worse.
Well, are you telling me the people outside are threatening you?
Not me.
Well, they're threatening your daughter.
Look, I told you, this has nothing to do with you. Having the police is just going to make it worse.
Well, they're here now. You might as well tell them. They got records. They can find out.
I mean, what we've actually got on this Regis Sinclair is totally trivial, right? He's not a pusher. The uniforms bring in more dope every day just by rubbing down the kids in the street.
You win some, you lose some.
We went in on your say-so last night, Ted. That territory is very sensitive. I mean, how come your snap's information seemed worth the risk, eh? Of course it wasn't, was it?
Look, Tosh, I shouldn't have to tell you it's a very delicate business running informants. When you got someone new on the game, you got to teach them up, break them in gently to see what they're worth.
What worries me is, every time you talk about this particular snout, you get that bedroom look in your eyes.
Don't push your nose where it's not wanted, Constable. Not twice in 24 hours.
So, I got involved with this bloke, right? Regis Sinclair.
Is he the baby's father?
Yeah. Anyway, I finished with him, right? But he wouldn't accept it. He kept hanging round me, wanting to see the kid and that. But I didn't want nothing to do with it.
What has this got to do with the people outside?
Look, I'm telling you. A couple of months back, I got busted for possession. First offence, no big deal.
None of this comes from my side. My brother's girl programs computers.
Yeah, well, she's got the body for it. Anyway, I got off with a fine, right? Well, today, Regis's sister come round, telling me that Regis got nicked last night. Well, now she's back again with her mates, and they reckon I grassed him up to the filth.
So, you've a crowd of about 200 building barricades on the estate. Very lively Saturday night. Thank you for your contribution, Mr. Otway. Before you step down, how would you briefly summarize the situation?
Sporadic disorder. Incidents are now occurring which could trigger a riot.
Good. Thank you. Mr. Mortimer, please.
We'll be well up the creek by the time it's your turn.
Thanks.
Will you step back a bit, sir?
Why?
You're causing an obstruction. There's not as much room as there ought to be. Get back now.
We're standing in the street that we live in. Is that a crime?
I don't need no reason to nick you, no man. Nick you for nothing. Like I did with Regis.
You two, move.
You're gonna press your little button? Bring the pigs round like you did last night. It's not everybody's house this time, right? Like my mum's.
What's your problem then?
You know, don't treat me like an idiot. You lot nicked my brother last night.
Never mind about
He
that.
hadn't done nothing just for that little slag.
I don't know about that. It's not my concern at the moment.
Oh, you're doing your job,
Will you all just move back here? Now! Move! Not interested in any arguments. Do it. I hate this being gobbed on. Shout for help.
But we call for assistance, these streets are going to explode.
June, it's us they got it in for now. If someone don't come down and spank that mob, they're going to have our heads off.
All right, don't let me mind you not.
And that little toss has just used up all his chances.
Now, wait a minute. You're going to start a riot for the sake of some tow rag on a pair of roller skates, eh?
What then?
Well, maybe we can get Debbie out of the area for a couple of days.
You think they'll let us?
I don't know. Give me a chance to go and talk to her. Don't let them wind you up.
There's a limit, you know.
Your chief inspector at the forward holding point is asking for riot gear.
He can use protective equipment whenever he sees fit. This is now a riot, and must be treated as such.
We're not winning this one at the moment. Thank you, Mr. Mortimer. Mr. Brownlow, please. We're officially now in a riot situation. Our TSG and support units are carrying shields and wearing NATO helmets. And still, we can't seem to get the barricades down. Give us your views, Mr. Brownlow, when you've had a chance to marshal your thoughts.
Look, if there's no one you know who can put you up, perhaps we can arrange something.
Be a weight off my mind, I tell you.
Oh, yeah, she'd love to have me out of here. I move out and I'm voluntarily homeless. All my housing points down a tube.
Would only be a matter of a night or two, just till things calm down. You wouldn't be moving out.
Why should I go? It's you lot what got me into this. You're supposed to give me protection.
I'd like to take a strategic overview of the situation.
By all means.
The crowd's been growing larger because outside elements have been getting in. I'd like barriers across the main access roads to prevent reinforcements reaching the rioters. And I'd like trains, buses and tubes diverted away from the area. Interdiction, I believe, is the military term. And I'm concerned about information management. I'd like television news reports and particularly local radio carefully monitored.
Not trying to gag the media, are you, Mr. Brownlow?
Not at all. But journalists should be discouraged from giving the rioters the oxygen of publicity. My officers in return will be very generous with information from the police perspective, so that we get a balanced view in the media.
Can't you make her go?
Well, I can't exactly lick her for nothing, can I?
I'll show you something.
Sorry?
In here.
Bitch! You rotten old cow!
Leave her alone!
Brother! You
Shut up!
You
Do you want to make him resisting arrest as well? You are under arrest for being in possession of a controlled substance. You're not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say...
The barricades are still up, Mr. Brownlow.
Right. I'm authorizing short shield maneuvers. Arrest teams will go out through the long shield lines and snatch agitators and ringleaders. These will be interrogated by the CID. I firmly believe that the CID has an important role to play in public order scenarios.
They're dropping Molotov cocktails on your snatch squads.
Well, this puts the situation in the category of serious writing.
Now your baseline's under fire. Your man on the spot is suggesting withdrawal.
I'm very reluctant to concede territory to rioters. It's bad tactically and it's bad politically.
Now they're setting fire to the shops. The fire engines can't get through. Perhaps you'd like to review your options, Mr. Brownlow.
Well, apart from what we've already tried, ACPO guidelines say that I consider the use of smoke bombs, CS gas, or baton runs. Now, smoke's no use here. As for CS gas, there are innocent people in those flats. Young children, old people, could be fatally poisoned. I'm not prepared to see my forward position overrun. I would like 3 clear warnings given on a public address system.
Oh, what's the wording?
This is a police warning. Disperse, or baton rounds will be used. And I'd like a recording made of that for possible use in evidence.
I'll consider it done. They've ignored the warnings.
Well, the inspector now knows that he can use his baton gunners, who will fire at selected targets until they're ordered to stop.
Nice one, Charlie.
Well, I'm ending the game at this point. Before we break for coffee and general discussion, perhaps Mr. Brownlow could briefly give us his thoughts on the way forward from this point.
Well, my overriding aim, as I said earlier, is a rapid return to normal policing.
But surely that's a long-term objective, Charles.
I want Bobbies back on the beat, earning that community's respect and trust.
Oh, come on, Charlie. Can you really take men out of riot gear and put them on foot patrol the next day? They're full of adrenaline. The community's full of resentment.
This isn't just armchair strategy, Brian. I'm implementing it now on the streets. Last night, my officers were deployed as a support unit in a situation of potential public disorder. Today, they're on foot patrol in that neighborhood, reassuring the public that the old bill is still their friend.
What you want now?
Sandra Sinclair?
She ain't done nothing. Leave her alone.
Oh, no.
I just want a word with her.
Don't say no. You think anything to do with
That is something I think you ought to know. Yeah. All right, to help you understand what's going on.
Yeah? What are you taking her? What are you taking her?
Look, I don't have to tell you this, you know.
No, but you better be listening. Yeah, just take it. On your own now.
Shut up, you idiot. Now just back off and listen. There is a police vehicle on its way.
Yeah? When are you going to tank this time, darling? That's why you're pressure.
It is not to take any of you, it is to take Debbie, who is nicked. She's nicked for possession. She's going to be taken to a police station and charged.
Yeah, we know what you'll do with her
today's
then.
entertainment.
Look, you ain't supposed to nick me. I've got protection, right? Sergeant Roach said he'd look after me. Get your hands off me! Get your hands off me!
All right, you can all go home now, okay? Back to your house, kids. He knows
Get off back!
Get off! Get off!
What the hell are you waiting for? Go!
You see, my argument is that the game stops short before the real troubles begin.
How do you mean?
Oh, Charlie's just riddled the council estate with plastic bullets. Imagine it's the next morning. He's got a lot of talking to do.
To the politicos. We call the town hall Kremlin. He'd want his nuts and their muesli.
And the press.
And the broadcast media. Perhaps we should run it past him in the spirit of the exercise.
Well, if Mr. Brownlow's agreeable.
Yes, why not?
All right, radio news. Mr. Brownlow, you've just authorised the first ever use of plastic bullets in mainland Britain. Can you explain your decision to us? And would you care to comment on the report that a woman has sustained severe head injuries and is in danger of permanent blindness from one of your weapons?
Oh, come on.
Let it happen, Mr. Brownlow. It's always a possibility.
Well, the decision was not taken lightly. It was based on a sober assessment of the risk to my officers and to civilian life and property. I'm afraid I can't comment on civilian casualties till the matter's been thoroughly investigated. Our use of plastic bullets is intended to reduce the risk of injury, but it can happen.
BBC television news, Mr. Brownlow. Community representatives say the riot flared so quickly because there was widespread resentment of police harassment. What's your response?
If there are complaints against the police, there are rigorous procedures for dealing with them. I'm not aware of any resentment in the community.
So why the sudden escalation?
Well, there are always anti-social elements wanting to have a go at the police. I suppose word gets around on the old Bush Telegraph.
ITN, Mr. Brownlow. Bush Telegraph? Is that a reference to the ethnic origin of the rioters?
No, of course it's not. It's just an expression to explain rumours, unfounded rumours, Chinese whispers.
Chinese, Mr. Brownlow?
Oh, God.
Right. Gentlemen, I've got to stop you there.
All right, Charlie. See you at the next session. What is it? Streetcraft in the 21st century?
We should give a toss. We got the board before that, Alan.
Ah, so we have. Well, have a good one.
Yes, and you.
Tell you what, Denise. You get that typed up for me before you go home tonight, and I might just arrange a little treat for you.
Ooh. Hey, well, you know, just Tony Stapley's in the box spewing his ring off.
What's happened to Roger Sinclair?
We bailed him 20 minutes ago. Blowout, really. We had nothing to keep him for on the drugs.
What do you mean you and that dipso Roach put a bomb under this manor for nothing?
Well, how do you think I feel? I've had a front door slammed on my nose.
Never mind your stupid great nose. They could have had my head on a pole by now.
Who could? Listen, Judy, it's not my operation. Ted set it up. God.